Welcome to Gold Fever Adventures. I'm Jack Tucker. I am out here in the Arizona desert. I came out here to do a little bit of prospecting, actually probably a little bit of nugget hunting. You know, there's been a lot of talk lately about this Algo Force machine, E1500. This one's the E1500 Plus. It's the, first they had just the Algo Force E1500, then they came out with the Plus. And they've recently just done an update to this machine. Now, I've been comparing this to the Minelab GPX 6000, and I tell you what, this has some promise on it. So what I'm going to do is do some comparisons to you today. I'm going to talk about this Algo Force machine, some of the benefits, pros and cons about it, and then I'll just kind of do some of the, maybe some target comparisons with the two machines. But that's my plans for today, so I want to thank you guys coming along, sharing on some of these adventures. Please like, share, and subscribe. And maybe we might get lucky and find this little piece of gold today. You just never know. Thanks for coming along, guys. One thing about it, it will take any 5-pin coral. This is like from the old, your Minelab 5000, 4500, all the way down. You're a 5-pin connection. It'll take any one of them corals, aftermarket corals. It'll take any one of them add-ons. Currently have the Coral Tech on there. That's the 9-inch. Mono one is what I've currently got. It's also the exact same one that I've got on the 6000. The machine comes without a power pack and without a coral. You add your own. Any battery pack you can add to it because it just plugs right into the power pack here. So select any ones that you want. But there's some benefits behind this actually. This happens to be the one that I've got hooked up to mine right there. But so while I'm out in the hills, I can actually charge my phone with it too. But it just hooks up any power pack. You got the wires that come out right here. This is where you plug your headphones in. That's one thing I don't like. I wish they would just maybe have an attachment or something coming off the back or someplace that you could just plug your headphones in. But they've got these wires coming out. One plugs into the power pack and the other one is for your headphones. That's the only thing I really don't like about it, but I guess that's no big deal. Oh, look at that big ass piece of quartz right there. Ooh, baby, you don't see them that big hardly anymore. They're all broken down. That's a nice big piece of quartz. So you turn the machine on, push and hold the on button. And it's got the quick start guide. So it tells you right there, you push this right for the quick start, which would be there. And it tells you fully extend the shaft. Lift the coral 58 centimeters above the ground and push the plus and minus button at the same time. And what it's going to do is calibrate the coral for you. Okay, now you can select plus or minus small coral all gold, the mid coral all gold, or the mid coral medium large gold, or big coral medium large gold. So you can select the coral and what type of gold you want. So basically, I'm hunting with the small and I want all gold. Okay, then I'll press this to change. It says hold to a frequency scan. So you got to hold this down and then you push that there for a frequency scan. Now what it's going to do is search the entire areas for the best frequency. And again, this takes a moment to do too. Okay, so it's done that. So now you've got your volume. Press up or down for your volumes. Okay, then the next is press plus or minus to change your sensitivity, ground balance. Oops, I went too far. Exit out. Okay, so there's your drift. So what happens is, as you're detecting, you'll see the ground will shift on you, so you have to re-ground balance. That's one of the other things you have to kind of do quite often is ground balance, as the mineralization in the ground is constantly changing. And you want your lines to be below, or your signals to be below the threshold line. But that's basically it. So see, now that's getting a little too high. It's above the threshold line, so you want to take that down to those lines are just below the threshold. And you'll start to hunt. Target ID, you have a target ID on there. There's your target ID, 55. That's not going to be a piece of gold. Okay, now that's ground balance. So the ground balance, you'll press, hold until the beep. There you go, now you're ground balanced. The display, your backlight, press and hold for your backlight. That's okay, we don't need that, there's all right. And then you're ready to go hunt. Nice and stable, nice and quiet. So let's go try to find a target. The overall weight is about the same. They both weigh about the same. They both kind of feel good in your hands. Same size coral. Some people like the simplicity. You just push the button on the 6000 basically and just turn it on and does this thing and it comes on. Then all you gotta do is select your ground type. Select how you want to hunt. Pretty simple, just basically turn on and go machine. Well, we said that the Algo Force has a little bit more of a learning curve to it because, you know, you got more things to have to go through to get it to start up and that. But let's do some comparison on a piece of gold. You can change your user mode. That's standard, intermediate, or advanced. You can go back to factory reset if you want. You can change your soil type, mineralized, black sands, mild, wet, salt water. Coral calibration, that's the different sizes of corals that you're using. See, I'm using the 9x9, so I want to go right there. Then it tells you to extend, lift the coral, press and hold both the buttons to start. And I'll calibrate my coral, size I got on there. Okay. I'm good with the small gold. Medium coral, I'm going to keep it there. Let's go to, okay, set your threshold where you want it. You want just that steady hum, it's pretty good there. Okay, dry sand, I did that. Okay, ready to go. There's your VDI system. Let's go hunting. It's giving me a target ID. I've got this little piece of gold right there. It's just a little dinky piece. You can see it's not picking it up. Going back to the 6000. Of course, it's not picking it up either. It's a pretty small piece. One thing I have noticed about the 6000, it seems to be a little more chattery, you know, it's like, it's woo, woo, wooing a lot. It's not really, I kind of find it to be a little unstable. See, there's a target right there. Doesn't tell me what it is or anything. It just tells me there's a woo-woo sound. There's a target right there. The difference between the two, though, this is here is pretty well turn on and go. This one here has got more functions. You got to fine tune. So I think maybe if you do some real fine tuning and all that on here, this might be pick that up pretty good. But I think they're pretty well comparison. The 6000 might just be a little bit better, but of course you're talking, you know, twice as much money right there too. So and of course you can, you know, don't have to quick start this guide every time you start and stop it. So the second time you start it, it's all ready to go, really. So. See, it's picking the target up too, and it's giving me a numbering system of 3. Now, you know, gold is low on the conductivity scale, but of course so is brass and lead. Kind of jumping up to a 5. So chances, that's probably not a piece of gold, but I'll dig it up anyways. Sounding better. Ring up a 2 or 3. Still down in there. That's still saying it's down there. I'm pretty well down all the way. I've hit tree roots down there. Okay, kind of cool. It's a metal button. It's a little metal button that the old timers lost, I guess, from their jeans or jacket or something. But that's what that is. It's a little old metal button. I'm sure that the 6000 would have picked that thing up too, though. Cool. That's kind of cool in a way. Not gold, but that's still kind of cool. It's part of history. One thing that this thing doesn't have is your wireless headphones. But I guess you could probably, you know, put a device onto this here to make this Velcro it onto the stem right here and make some wireless headphones. But there's no wireless headphones. All right, I'm going to do a depth test. So I've got, this probably a good ½ gram, close to maybe a gram nugget. I'm going to set it right there. See if we can pick up here. Just set right there. Now I've got this set at probably pretty well where I hunted at. You tell me if you think you can hear that or not. If I turn this all the way up. I think I can hear that a little bit. That's probably down about 12 inches down. I think I can hear it. Okay, the Algo Force, I just pretty well turned it on. I can barely hear that too. Maybe not, well, I'll say maybe not quite as loud, but no, I hear it. If I fine tune this here, I think they're about the same. Let me move this nugget up a little bit. Now it's down probably about, maybe 8-10 inches, maybe 8 inches. The Algo Force. You can hear it. Okay. 6,000. You can hear it too. I think the 6000 picks it up just a little bit better though. Now it's down maybe about 4 or 5 inches. 6000 picks it up good. Picks it up nice and good. Picks it up good too. I almost think it sounds louder on the Algo Force. Yeah, sounds good. Well, I do think that the Algo Force does have some good features on it. It still has to be tested a little bit more, but I do think that it's going to be a promising machine. And of course, it's a lot less money than the 6000 is also. And I do like the fact that you can use your own power pack and aftermarket coils on that too, whichever coils that you want. That's kind of cool too. So, yeah, all in all, fiberglass shaft, just a twist to break down. Same shaft as the 6000 has on it, actually. Same shaft. Let's just do a little bit of testing here with this machine. That would be like a hot rock. One thing you can tell, it makes a sound going away from the target. That means you don't want that going away from the target. You want the sound going into the target. Full tab. Nice and loud, so it'll ring up the same as gold. 2. Nice loud signal. Cap. Same thing. It's a little higher in the signal. See, it's going up to 10, 11. The nail. It's kind of got a double beep to it. It's like a number 4 or 5, but you hear the double beep. That's iron. Quarter. Coming as a 8, 11. 1973 penny. They had a little more copper in them. Running up a 3, 4. Little piece of tin right there. There's some guys up there on the hill. They're doing a little bit of nugget shooting. I think what I'm going to do is probably take this Algo Force, and I'm going to head up on the hill and do me some detecting myself. So anyways, that's the difference of the machines. You're going to have to decide if it's the right one for you, though. But get them all. What the hell? Have them all. So I'm going to head up on the hill. So, hey, thanks for coming along. Please like, share, subscribe. So until the next adventure, I want to thank you guys coming along, sharing on this one. So until then, we'll see y'all. Bye. Thanks for watching, guys.
Load up the truck, it's time to roll. With hearts so wild and a common goal. Chasing the goal, we're ready for the thrill. Through mountains and rivers, we'll climb every hill. With the sun on our backs, we take our stand, uncovering treasures buried in this land. This gold fever's got us running wild. In the heart of the land, we feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams, never alone. With metal detectors singing in the breeze, we dig for the fortune, uncovering keys. With a gold pan in hand, we sift through the dirt. Each little glimmer makes our hearts surge. By the firelight's glow, our laughter rings as we dream of the riches tomorrow brings.
Stuff right there.
Fever's got
Good, man. The gold mine.
I got them.
feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams.
Oh, ain't that cool? Is this like the three, I was going to say something bad.
Wait a minute.
That'll work.
Is that better?
There you go, that's good.
Our laughter rings as we dream of the riches tomorrow brings. This gold fever's got us running wild. In the heart of the land, we feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams, never alone. So here's to the nights beneath the stars. With our hearts full of dreams, we'll go far. This gold fever's got us running wild. In the heart of the land, we feel like a child. Adventures await in the great unknown. Together we chase dreams, never alone. Never alone. So here's to the nights beneath the stars. With our hearts full of dreams, we'll go far.